Righty-o, we should be live. Hi everyone, hi Jim, Terry, Bazoo. Good to see you guys. Um, I hope that my microphone's on. Yes, it is. So we have some questions. Bazoo, hi all. Sorry I couldn't make it the last 3 weeks. Very stressful personal life. Always watch the recaps though. Well, thank you. Good to see you again, and I'm glad you were gone because now you have questions again. That's perfect. No, awesome. No, I'm not glad. It's always nice when you're here, actually. And stressful life sounds awful. I know all about that. I think we all have it on and off in our lives. Not always pleasant, but there are ways of dealing with that. So hopefully you're feeling better. Pim's late start to singing. No. Oh, well, you can sing because I can't hear it, so that's okay. Unless you come onto the studio and sing in the studio, but then I can just take my headphones off because I don't even have them on now, and I don't have any speakers. So I'm safe. You can sing as much as you like, even though I'm here. Let's see what the question was. Haven't read it yet. I just saw the big capital Q. Very, very nice, that Q. Do you ever lose the memory of the taste of junk foods? I still feel my mouth salivating when I see sweets on a picture, even though I know they are poison and will never touch this crap again. Yeah, absolutely. Um, when was this? I did it with. So I used to love white chocolate, marzipan, meringue, all of these things that have that it's almost pure sugar. The things that have the most sugar are the things that I used to love the most. If I have white chocolate now, I can taste the cocoa butter. It's horrible. It just does not taste. I don't know what the taste is, but it doesn't taste like rancid fat because it's not rancid. It just tastes like this. If you ever tasted cocoa butter, you know what I'm talking about. It's not nice. It just tastes horrible. And then on top of that, it's just sweet that just hits like the back of your tongue really sharply. And so the memory of what it tastes like, excuse me, it doesn't get me to salivate anymore, but it used to. When I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking about the pleasure that I used to get from it, and I imagine that this is what it will do for me again. But when I'm actually eating it, that's when it tastes really horrible and I can just taste the different ingredients and it doesn't mesh into this amazing thing that I used to think that it was. So that absolutely changes. And I'm not 100% sure if that has changed as a result of me going through this process. And what I'm teaching all my clients is we always have this exception challenge where they do go and they have something and they eat it very mindfully to retrain their brain to not react to this food, but also for them to trust themselves that they're not going to go on a binge after having a little bit of something. And when you do that, you just notice everything about the food. So you can probably do it if you've been abstinent for a long period of time and then you just take something and you eat it very mindfully. I'm pretty sure that you would notice that it doesn't actually taste as good as you think that it did back in the days. The taste hasn't changed, but your taste for it has changed, and you have kind of deprogrammed your brain from just loving it. So I think, yeah, it will absolutely change. But until you actually try it, you're going to imagine that it's going to taste the same as it did in the past. So that's why I think it's always a good idea to do the exception challenge. Sometimes someone might come into the program and they don't really want to do it because they're a little bit scared of it. But when everyone who's gone through it, they're kind of amazed and they're like, wow, I didn't know I could do that. And I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought. Every once in a blue moon, someone will enjoy it, but it's still not going to be as compulsive and obsessive as it has been in the past. Terry, it gets easier with sweets. Never 100% gone, but definitely easier. Yeah. Never had any desire to actually eat them, but I'm curious about the salivating effect of the pictures. I'm more interested in the cephalic phase insulin response to just a picture. Yeah, that's absolutely possible. And just looking at the pictures can give you a bit of a dopamine release, which then kind of triggers that cycle, and it wants you to have more dopamine. So that's where the cravings are coming in, and you want to eat it so that you get even more pleasure from it. Mum broke her wrist falling down in the street. Oh God. Got operated, got a metal plate inside the arm. Everything went well, but still lots of stuff to deal with. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. You have to get her some training wheels so that she can't fall. Yeah, that must be so painful. Hello, TM. Hello, Patty. And guten Tag, mofos. You always have to be so abrasive, Alex. I've lost the taste for some things, some not. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what things I have lost the taste for because I haven't tasted them all, so it's kind of hard for me to say, but I know, thinking about, I think I told you guys before. So when I had the ice cream on New Year's Eve that I didn't like and I couldn't even finish it because it was horrible. And then I thought, okay, I still want to do this at some point, and I think it was maybe a month later or so, I went to the supermarket and I went around. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a look what ice creams they have. Maybe they have something that I want. And I looked at every single one. I was like, nope, 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 nope. I don't want any of those. None of it seemed very. Um, it Nothing appealed to me. So then I went to the chocolate aisle. I was like, okay, I'll just get some really fancy chocolate. And my brain immediately just kind of separated what I would taste like into the cocoa butter and the sugar and just all of these separate flavors that are just horrible. And I couldn't make myself even buy it. I was like, I don't want to eat it. It was like someone was trying to force me to eat shit. Like, I don't want it because it's not going to taste good. Why would I put that in my mouth? It wasn't even from a place of feeling scared of falling off the wagon or whatever. It was from a place of genuinely not wanting to have that taste in my mouth because I knew it was going to be horrible. And then obviously not wasting any fucking money buying it and supporting an industry that is just doing all of this shit. So I was like, I'll pass for now. If I come across something that looks really nice, maybe if I'm out eating out and someone has made this amazing dessert or something, maybe I will try that. But I still haven't done it. And I'm not looking for it, but if I'm given the opportunity, then I will try it. So, and I know a lot of it. I know Patty especially have a thing for bread. I don't know how that changes for people because bread has always just been bread to me. It's not freshly baked bread. It's more the smell that is just amazing. And when it's warm and you have all that butter on it, yeah, that's nice. But it's not something that I even miss. So I don't know if that taste would have changed for me or not. I found out my favorite Jif crunchy peanut butter doesn't taste like I remember it. And there you go. Even with peanut butter. Besides the less than 0.5% sugar in some cured meats, I haven't had any form of glucose or fructose in the last 14 months, except for mindfully testing a cup of berries a month ago. Did nothing, no repetition. Yeah, I mean, I might even be eating more sugar than you because I have yogurt. So there you go. And I don't even count that because it doesn't taste sweet. It doesn't make me feel addicted to it. It doesn't do anything for me other than it's yogurt that I can have with some blueberries. So I'm eating blueberries, you know that already. So that's a few grams of carbs. I decided to have some chocolate ice cream the other day. After about 4 bites, I was done. Too sweet. Yes. So this is what it does. Like this, if you think about it, this is how you can actually learn to be a moderator. It's like, it's nice for 4 bites and then I'm done. When we stop paying attention to it, we know that we don't actually want more. The part that you need to deal with is the brain that is going to be like, yeah, let's try it again. Let's have a little bit more. You never know, it might be nice. And it will try to talk you into continuing eating. And that's the part that you need to work with. You don't actually have to be scared of these foods. If you want to have 4 bites, you probably can. It's the the compulsion that is going to come after for many people. And I'm glad it didn't for you, but for some people it does. It would do for me probably if I had ice cream around and I was just waiting. My brain would be like, "Hey, maybe we should have some ice cream. That's nice." So it's more. It takes more energy to maintain that. That's all, but it's entirely possible. Question: could you please give, to the best of your knowledge, an explanation of what keto breath is? Yes, I saw your video. On Sunday, an old colleague told me that I had really bad breath. Yeah. So I haven't had time to comment on your video, so I will just give you my comment right now. You said you're going to ask about it. If you do, can you please ask him, and if he has an answer for you, can you ask him to implement it on himself, because it doesn't work for him. So right now he's fasting and he has a terrible keto breath. So keto breath, well, for him anyway, you were talking about maybe it's like detoxing, blah blah blah. But Bart's keto breath is definitely acetone. I mean, I can smell it. I know what acetone smells like, and it's not pleasant. So it usually goes away to some degree when you are getting more efficient at using ketones for energy. And I think that the amount of acetone that you produce may go down with time as well, but don't take that as a fact because I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I'm not sure I'm buying the detox thing. I mean, sure, if you have a lot of certain bacteria dying off in your mouth or whatever, yeah, that could probably smell horrible. But I wouldn't say that that is the keto breath, because is that a keto breath, or is it just like bacterial die off? For me, I associate keto breath with the ketones, which is usually acetone that you can smell. I don't know if that's a good enough answer for you or not. I like Alex's abrasiveness. I think it's as funny as fuck, yes. That's why it's entertaining to watch him. At the same time, I just want to beat him up sometimes. I'm like, oh, come on, Alex, you know better. Quit dairy, the last bits of artificial sweeteners and all caffeine 2 to 4 weeks ago. And now at eggs, hard, zero carb cheese, ribeyes, some small fish, besides salivating, zero cravings for anything now. That's nice. So was it easy to quit? I'm probably gonna do that myself, or I'll keep the butter, but I'm gonna quit the yogurt again, I think. See if it makes any difference for me. I used to, so this was probably, well, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now. Shit, I'm getting old. It's like, it feels like it was yesterday and it was 10 years ago. You know that that is a sign of you getting old. I did sort of a paleo elimination diet. So I removed like dairy and nightshades and a lot of things just to check what was happening. And the only thing I reacted to when I reintroduced it was whey protein. So any like yogurt or ice cream or cheese or pure whey powder, any of that would just give me extreme stomach pain and stomach upset, which was kind of interesting. So even things without lactose. So it's not the lactose, I know that. But when I'm eating it regularly, I don't notice anything. And now I've been eating yogurt for probably a year. And I feel okay, but maybe that will also be one of the contributing factors to my sinuses not healing, and maybe I need to give it up for a long period of time. So that's my next project. I could probably do it anytime, but I'm like, oh, can't be bothered. So I just need to get my head in the right headspace to do that. Yogurt is it's very convenient when I have already eaten dinner and I'm still hungry and I just fill up with a bit of yogurt. So I need to find a replacement food for that, and that's pretty much all I have to do. And then I'm gonna be good. So I'm putting it out there now. At some point in the near future, I'm going to quit the yogurt. Bazoo, currently intermittent fasting for 24 hours, still not hungry, but the meal is thawing as we speak. Yeah, my body is not on board with intermittent fasting anymore. And I think our bodies are easily trainable. So if I always have breakfast, it's always going to be hungry in the morning. And I have breakfast most days, probably 5 or 6 times per week. I'm trying to mix it up, but I'm like, I'm too hungry today, so I'll just have it. So yeah, I haven't done any 24 hours for several months now, actually. I've done 18 or 20, but not 24. Pim likes it as well. We're just in competition to be the most abrasive Northern European. She will win in the end. That's rude. Who says I'm abrasive? I'm not abrasive at all. I'm very, very pleasant, Alex. Don't you know that? Except when I'm talking to you. I still have issues with bread. It has not gone away. I just have the capacity to choose not to indulge. So, Paddy, tell me, why are you not doing an exception challenge with bread? Have you tried that? Or every time you eat bread, you just like, oh, it's so good, and you just allow yourself to enjoy it rather than actually doing it with the awareness and the tool that we used on those bloody cookies and stroop waffles or whatever it was. Because that's another thing. When I'm doing that exception challenge with my clients, I want them to do it with something that they really like. Because it will it will destroy your opinion about that food potentially forever. So when people are not ready to give it up and they're like, no, I don't want to destroy that, then I'm going to lose it forever. They don't want to pick that food. Bread now makes me stupid, gives me brain fog and upset my guts. I've learned it's not worth the pleasure. Yeah, it really isn't. Question: do you experience any difference in behavior regarding cravings when adding electrolytes? I found 3 days ago that I wasn't under eating, I was under electrolyting, overhydrating, feeling awesome. No, I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't experienced it myself, as far as I know. So sorry, I can't give you an answer. I don't know. Maybe it's a fluke, maybe not. I have no idea. I'm just watching for the watch hours, not listening as my brother's watching a film. Hope everyone is okay. Yeah, you just be here trolling then. That's okay. Someone brought a container over. I had a little bit, then pitched the rest in the bin so it wasn't around. Okay, that's fine. Meh. Is my question appearing? This one is. I never get anything through in Bard's live streams. Well, this one comes through. So I don't know if you posted anything before that, in which case I did not see it. This is not for me, but I'll read it anyway. Did the training info you told me on Bart's stream a month ago. Went to the gym for 30 minutes a day, every day for the past 4 weeks. First goal done, one hand push up on either side. Sweet. I could never do that because my wrist is fucked. So I would have to heal my wrist first and then practice that. It would take me years. Everyone is shadow banned on Bart's stream. Okay, so that was the only question you posted. At least it's coming through. Yeah, I mean, there are several people here that say that they can't get anything through on Bar's stream. I don't know how YouTube is doing that. It must be like banning certain profiles on certain channels on its own, or limit their messages or whatever. I have no idea how they do that. It seems like so much work to just fuck someone's YouTuber. I am 100 or 0 person, and since I have the luxury of not having headaches, I brute force my health. Going to the gym 4 times a week also reinforced discipline for me personally. Yeah. I only ate dairy because I want the calcium, but since I now added hard cheese, I no longer cared for yogurt. I am now at optimizing. Curious if I'll be lion diet by summer. God, Do you want to be lion diet by summer? I mean, what's stopping you? Is it just the thought that you need more calcium? In which case, I think you can drop that thought anyway. Really want that six pack once in my life. Why don't you get it and keep it? Wouldn't that be fun? My hubs and I are planning a 90-day dairy-free challenge to see if it will help his psoriatic arthritis. So much has got better with carnivore, but the arthritis is still slowly getting worse. Yeah, that's what I would do. We'll let you know when we begin. Hubs has a thing about wasting food, so he refuses to begin until we run out of current cheese stocks. Yeah, I can understand that as well. I have the same thing about wasting food. It's like, we shouldn't be wasting the food. Some animal has suffered for this, so I better freaking use it. My son's friend worked in a bread making factory and said that if you were to see what went into the bread, you would not eat it. Yeah. I mean, if you go to the factories, I'm sure that is true. I don't even know what they're putting in, but lots of ingredients. But if you go to a real baker, like, they don't put a lot of crazy shit in it. But just make sure that if you're actually going to eat bread and you get it from a real baker, then make sure that they're actually making the dough in-house. I know that some bakeries, they buy pre-made frozen doughs, like formed into the shape, whatever shape the bread is having, and then they thaw them, prove them, bake them in-house. So that's not a real baker, that's a fake baker. Yeah, and then they actually add some, ingredients, etc., that we don't necessarily want to eat. And nowadays, who knows? There might be cricket flour and shit in there, and then they call it protein bread or something. Yeah, that doesn't count when I make my own. Yeah, so just don't make your own. That's it's a huge hump to get over, to make your own bread. Like, you have a lot of time to think about not actually making the bread before you make the bread. It's not as easy as just putting a loaf in your basket and pay for it. Guess I got fat adapted just in the last weeks, aka seared rendered fat. Only could tolerate cold butter for the first year, now gobbling down 100% of the ribeye. Eggs smoothing it out, taste-wise. Sweet. I had so just because I'm not doing this for any specific reason other than gathering data, and I'm a curious person, but I'm pretty much weighing myself every morning because I want to know what the food I'm doing, or how my sleep affects it, or whatever, and I'm not sure I have any good conclusions from everything. But yesterday morning, from having not changed anything in my diet, I just want to tell this to those of you who are panicking whenever your weight is going up. I gained, I'm going to have to see, so I'm not lying to you. I gained 800 grams, so that's almost 2 pounds overnight without doing anything out of the ordinary. I don't know where that came from. And then this morning, I lost almost 4 pounds. That's my weight, how it fluctuates without me changing anything. And yesterday was a very stressful day for me, or stressful. It wasn't stressful, it was just very full. I had 8 hours on camera with clients, groups, teaching, consults, etc. And my brain was mush. And I was so tired. I ate a raw steak in front of the TV at 9 p.m. and literally eating a cold raw steak and butter after having had. So I actually had 3 meals yesterday. I usually only have 2, and I lost weight. So that just goes to show, like, it hasn't got anything to do with the food that you are eating necessarily. It has to do with other things, like how much fluid you're holding on, whatever else is going on. In theory, that was not an ideal day for me, and still, like, things came off. I don't know where it came from. what it is, probably water. But if you're someone who's panicking when your weight is going up and oh my god, I ate too many eggs or whatever, like drop it. This is what's happening to my weight. It was a little bit extreme in the last 2 days. I don't usually like gain or lose 4 pounds, but it can. I mean, 2 pounds is not unusual for me, and I'm not a huge fatty. Like it's not like I'm 200 pounds and that is just like a very small percentage of my weight. It's still kind of significant. So I just wanted to share that while I was thinking about it. Because you guys keep coming back. You're like, oh no, I gained. It's like, what does that mean? It means fuck all, literally. Okay, chemicals go into the store-bought bread. I never added stuff to my bread when I sold it. There's a lot of frozen raw dough that bakeries buy. Yeah, they fool people thinking they make it. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know why you would do that. I mean, I get that it's kind of cheap and you save on the labor, but why? Why? If you're gonna make bread at least do it as well as you can. Do you find that you eat for texture as well as flavor and nutrients? Not anymore, because I do have cravings for texture sometimes, like the crunchy stuff. Maybe that's why I love pork crackling so much, because there isn't a lot of crunchy stuff on the carnivore. Um, but like my mindset around food is like this is nutrient rich foods that I need to nourish my body. And then I have like the blueberries that I eat, they are more for pleasure and just to change it up. And sometimes I'm hungry, but I can't stomach more protein. And then I'll just like, oh yeah, I'll have 100 grams of blueberries or whatever. I'm not doing that every day. I do it several times per week, but not every day. And then when I get the headaches, then the rice is my medicine. And that's literally how I look at food now. I'm trying to not think about food as entertainment, because that is a really dangerous place to go in your mind. If you like, I need to eat so that I can feel good, or so that I can feel different, that's when you're in trouble. So when I'm looking at a steak now, I'm very rarely like, oh my god, that's gonna be so good, unless I'm completely starving. I'm just like, okay, I'm hungry, it's food, it tasted nice today or it doesn't. Sometimes I don't like it much. I mean, it can be the same cut of meat from the same butchers, and some cuts just don't taste good to me. So I don't know what's wrong with those cows, but anyhow. And then I just eat it. It's like, it's just food. I'm not that emotionally attached to it anymore. Doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying that my mind doesn't go to eating as soon as I'm bored or something. It's like, maybe we should go eat. Are we hungry? And I start feeling, and then I'm like paying attention. No, I'm not actually hungry, and then I don't have to go and eat. But my brain still offers me that behavior. I just have to kind of check in with myself to see what the reality is. And if I'm not hungry, then I'm not going to go and eat. A lot of the time, I might actually be thirsty or something, and then I just go have a drink. I occasionally eat bread, but only when I plan for it and only from certain providers, because if I'm going to eat it, I'm going to know what's in it and I'm damn sure going to enjoy it. Yes. That's what I used to do as well. Like, I don't buy or eat super cheap ice cream. It has to be something really good, otherwise it's not worth it. I also weigh in every single morning, but also if my weight is higher, I get my waist circumference measured. If I get 1 to 2 kilos on the waist is the same, I credit it to muscle gains. Yeah. And it probably will be. Also have a 5 kilo range of fluctuating. Yeah. So we do sneezing again. Excuse me. Yeah, so 5 kilos. I don't think you're very heavy. So 5 kilo is, I mean, that is a lot of weight on and off. That's more than I usually do. My weight usually fluctuates within a kilo, I would say. But it was just, so yesterday it was a kilo, roughly almost a kilo, and today it was What did I say? It was more than 1.5, which was like, whoa, what actually happened? It's not very often that I see such big fluctuations, but I do see fluctuations and they can be on a daily basis. So who knows? Maybe I'll gain 4 pounds tomorrow. But it always keeps within the same range. It's just like keeping within here, and then it's just up and down within that range. I have decided to do a coffee reduction protocol, being as it was such a success with carbs. I'm through with coffee. Okay, how are you going to do that? Because you're only having a couple of cups now. Or don't you want to share that? Is it going to be secret that we have to watch your videos to find out? Coffee's the last for me. Finally quit cheese for a bit and I'm down 5 pounds. But goddamn it, I need the caffeine still. I have coffee, but I don't need the caffeine. I just need the eggs and the butter. I do find it hard to eat enough. I wonder what would happen if I would lose or gain weight if I stopped drinking the coffee. Or I would get hungry and sit and eat cold steak in front of the TV at night. That's kind of a weird thing to do, isn't it? I'm curious to see if I can get up to 125 kilos lean with a carnivore. I'm like 125 kilos. It's not quite 2 of me, but it's a lot. Yeah, with carbs, that's going to be easy, of course. You get some free water weight with carbs as well. You're braver than I am, Alex. Coffee's not going anywhere anytime soon. Yep, she said as she slipped from her cup. Yeah. I'm dry fasting right now, and I probably open and close the fridge 20 times today. Yeah, I can see that. I think I'm doing the same. It's like I'm not physically doing it anymore, but yeah, I for sure used to do that. As soon as there's any sort of restriction, it's like opening the cupboard, closing the cupboard, going to the fridge, checking, closing, and every time Bart is going like 100% carnivore, I don't know. It's like it's not like he's going off the rails and having lots of shit when he's not 100%, but when he goes 100%, it's like something switches in his brain. And I can see him like open the cupboard and he just stands there and stares at the cupboard. And I'm like, what are you looking for? He's like, I don't know. And it's just so typical. We all do this. And he's I mean, at this point, he knows that he's not going to have anything because he's decided to do 100% carnivore, but that's when he actually goes to the cupboard, not normally. So it's funny. Sorry. I just got that picture of you like checking, leaving. That's awesome. Okay, I have become more sensitive to it on carnivore. It really exacerbates my anxiety. Okay, yeah. In that case, it's probably a good thing to just like leave it. Mm. I have never been particularly caffeine sensitive in that respect. Okay, I'm not caffeine sensitive either. I could literally go and sleep now right after drinking coffee, but my coffee is also weak. But I think I have those snips that my liver is just very efficient at detoxifying certain things like medications, drugs, everything. Like I can take a lot of alcohol, I can take a lot of painkillers. They don't help me very much. I can drink coffee and I can go sleep. Like I don't react to many things. Do you have any other experiments planned for the year, like ice cream 3 months ago? No, not really. Other than what I just said, like I wanna try to maybe do. I don't even know how long. I haven't planned it yet, but I want to cut out the dairy and just keep the butter because butter makes it easier, especially if I don't have enough beef fat. I bought like a huge bag of beef fat and the quality wasn't great. And I'm saying quality, but I'm actually meaning because I know it's grass fed. It's the taste isn't great. It's like the beef fat on the big rumps. We bought 3 huge rump steaks, about 6, 7 kilos each. The fat on those is delicious and it's just so nice, and I could eat that all day long. But the beef fat that they put in the bag, I don't know from what cuts they come from. It's it doesn't taste good to me. So I'm like picking at it. I'm like, oh, I don't really like it. So I have a lot of beef fat, but I don't want to eat it. So right now I'm just like, I'm just gonna eat butter because it's easier. You never know what the beef fat you get from butcher is gonna taste like. Can't exactly go and say, hey, can I have beef fat from the rump? Because I know that's good. But it's not always good because sometimes I get rump steak and the whole steak and the fat doesn't taste good. So maybe it's just unlucky with the cows that they got that from. So right now, the only thing I have planned is that soon I am going to do a no dairy experiment. And I'm thinking a month is probably not going to be enough. So maybe 3 months. I shall try it out, see what happens. I just need to find something else that's going to be easy to eat. And the egg supply is not going anywhere. I'm not happy. They sent me less eggs than I ordered, and we can only get our food delivered here on Mondays, Fridays, or Sundays. And this was delivered on Monday, and I got 10 eggs. I'm like, I eat more than 10 eggs in 4 days. So I'm having reduced eggs in my egg coffee. It's really annoying to me. So I'm going to have a day without any eggs. Eggs are very easy for me to eat, so I can always just cook some of those, I suppose. But I need a better supply of eggs. I quit coffee for a reflux issue last year. I gained 10 pounds in a month because I couldn't stop eating. The doctor told me to go back on coffee because the weight gain was worse for reflux. Jesus. Okay. I mean, why don't you deal with the eating issue? Like, quit coffee and deal with the eating issue at the same time. It's not like you have to quit coffee and start eating. You can actually quit coffee and then deal with the eating issue. I love opening the cupboards, looking at my canned meat ammunition. I could live on that for 2 months without heat or water, just loving the view of backup. I'm not sure I could do that. What do you have? I guess I wonder. I know that obviously fish is very common canned. What else do you have? Like chicken? I've never had canned chicken. I don't even know what it would taste like. I feel very skeptical, and I don't eat fish, so that's not an option. Thinking about what else would you have in a can? I'm also rather medication resistant. When I have had medical dental procedures that require anesthesia, they usually are surprised at how much it takes to anesthetize me. Yeah. Yeah, when I'm having like if I have to do like any repairs in my mouth or my teeth, they're just like giving me a shot and I'm like, ow, ow, like a baby, and they're like, "Ah, put another one in." Once they actually did 3 of them, and it took forever before that wore off. But they just got sick of me complaining, I guess. Oh, it tastes so horrible, and it's so yucky when it's numb. Egg supply is normalizing here where I live, down to about 275 US dollars. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to reduce the prices again. That seems to be the thing, and it's like I used to pay for the cheapest free range eggs. I think they were like 7.20 for a 12 pack, and now the same eggs are 9.20 or 9.30. I can't remember. So roughly $2 increase. That's New Zealand dollars, and that's just so freaking crazy. But I have an egg addiction, so I just love my eggs. So I'm still buying them. Indeed, never accept no eggs. Time to riot. Yeah, per dozen. 275. So that would be about 420 maybe New Zealand dollars. Yeah. So I'm paying more than twice as much as you for my eggs. Here we go. I had canned tuna, fish, chicken, beef, corned beef, and pork in the form of spam. I have never even tasted spam. It seems disgusting to me. And yeah, I don't know. It's something about canned meat that just doesn't feel right. Maybe it's just a thought that I'm having. I like my food fresh, but I get that it's better than any freaking standard American diet or starving. Yeah, I like jerky or like biltong. It's really nice. I got 40, oh Jesus, 40 cans of pig liver pate. Oh, that could probably be quite nice. 80 cans of wild caught sockeye salmon. 80 cans? How long do they last? Will you be able to eat them before they expire? 40 cans of cod liver, 10 cans of mussels. Yeah, mussels. More seafood I don't eat. 40 sardines with skin, bones, 10 mackerel. Yeah, okay, so the only thing I would eat here is the liver pate, probably. That's the hard life of a picky eater. Once prices go up, rarely go back down. Eggs where I live for regular are still $3.69 per dozen and $7 pasteurized. 7 pasteurized? We just have eggs. When I'm pasteurizing eggs. No super chats. No, sneaky bastards. Where are my super chats? All cans I buy last till at least 2027, so a lot of time to recycle. Okay, yeah, as long as you're eating them, I suppose. We do have, if I'm looking in the cupboard now, I think I have a couple of cans of coconut cream that I bought probably 2 years ago. I had to check the expiry date on those because I used to make like the only time I like eating like prawns is if I'm making a red Thai curry. That's really nice. So I need a coconut milk, but I haven't had it for a very long time. And I think we have a few cans of tuna in there because Bart says, "Yeah, I like tuna. Can we have some?" And then he never eats it. So yeah, they will probably expire at some point as well. Although they haven't been there for that long. I think maybe a year. Probably meant pasture raised. Pastured eggs are like $11 in New Jersey for organic. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Better having crappy meat cans than storing pasta, rice, and oats. Yeah, we don't have to have that sort of shit. Although I do have rice because I still eat it. Amen. Here you go. Right. Do you have more questions? More comments? I'm really on top of you guys, even though you're 26 people here right now. I'm getting to you. I'll make some tuna and cheese casserole to use up our cheese. Okay, that sounds horrible. It's just really, I don't like fish. Sorry. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Oh, Miss Pagan. You know what you need to do? Dusters. Which is okay. So I don't know if I have any specific news to share with you this week. I was thinking about like what should I talk about if there are no questions and if there's anything I need to tell you guys, but I don't think I have anything specific. For those of you who think that I was gonna be away this weekend, because I said I was gonna go away and not be able to do the Zoom hangout, and Jonathan was supposed to do it for me. We don't have to go through that. I'm gonna be there because here in New Zealand we have no one who can repair certain engines for certain ferries. So the ferry that we were going to take over to the North Island has been cancelled, and there's no way that I can get over there at all. With the dogs, anyway. I could fly, but not with the dogs. So I'm going to remain here. I'm going to be sulking all weekend because I couldn't go away, and I'll be turning up for the Zoom hangout and I'll be sulky as fuck. Or not. But anyhow, I will be here. So if you are a regular attendee of the Zoom hangout, I will be there as usual. So no change. That's probably all, I think, unless someone has magically missed the gut brain community that I'm doing that together with Annabelle and Scott. So if you're someone who has suffering from a lot of chronic pain or any kind of chronic health condition that you don't seem to be able to sort out with diet, or you feel like you just really like wired panic mode, fight and flight mode constantly on, then join that community. It's limbic-training.com and it's free in March. So there's still a week left of March and we're doing classes. And if you join, you will find the replays on our Discord server as well. You can go and watch the replays for the last week. And we're doing a lot of stuff. And it's some good stuff. So we have people, me and Annabelle, we're doing mindset and lifestyle training. And then we have a girl called Teresa, she's a limbic coach, and Scott, they are doing a lot of limbic training, which will deal with that fight or flight response and just do it on the subconscious level to just calm down the nervous system. Whereas the mindset coaching is more to calm it down, but intentionally, like with your thoughts, etc. And then we have a trainer doing a class once a week as well with light movements if you need to move, because a lot of when you're trying to heal from something, to just sit still isn't very beneficial. It's just enhancing your healing capacity when you can actually move. So it's very, very light training. It's just movement. It's something that everyone can do. And she's really good at offering different options for people who are somewhat limited as well. God. I haven't checked your channel for it yet. Your egg coffee ingredients method. Didn't I post a link to that at one point? I might just do a new one at some point, but I do have one. I can't be fucked checking it now because it's going to take me a few minutes to find it. But if you search my channel for egg coffee, you will probably find it. I can't remember what I called the video, but I'm pretty sure it says egg coffee something something in the title. Are there cheeses that you feel wouldn't contribute to fat gain or inflammation? I know N equals 1, but do you have experience with that? No, I don't. I'm not a cheese person. I don't like cheese much. The only cheese I like is mozzarella cheese, pretty much, or anything that doesn't taste a lot of cheese. Like uncheesy cheese, I can eat that. But I'm really not a cheese person, so I don't know. The only thing I know that dairy in general can be very inflammatory for a lot of people. Not for everyone, but for a lot of people. And if someone is having a lot of dairy and other stuff, and they're not losing weight, usually just getting rid of the dairy will shift that. So that just tells me that there is some inflammation happening there. Okay, I'll forgive you then. Where are we? Get Charge Moppa flown in. He'll fix anything. Yeah, actually, that's what they're doing. They're flying someone in from the Netherlands to fix the engine. But this is an engine problem that they have had going on for months. And we booked these tickets a month ago. And they let us know 5 days before we're going to travel that they have to cancel it or that we have to rebook. But the earliest they could get us in was the day before we were going to go back. So that's no good. Like everything's fucked up. Yes, poor me. Rick will fix it. Who the fuck is Rick? Do I foresee a coffee meetup soon? Yeah, probably. Maybe in a couple of weeks or so. I've had so many projects going on lately that I know it won't take me a lot of time to fix that, but my priority is always my clients and that they have a good experience. So they actually come first. And I've been doing so much with new courses, new material, trying to figure things out for them, plus the limbic training community. It's just the three of us. So thank God it's 3 hours, so we do it together. But there is a lot of stuff going on there that we have to do behind the scenes and set up and emails to send and going on podcasts and promoting the shit out of it, etc. So yeah, I've been really busy. So it is coming, but I'm not going to promise you a specific date just yet. Rewire your brain is great. Thank you, Terry. Yeah. We're doing one of the things that I do for it's a standalone course as well if you want to buy it. We already started doing the live training, but we still have a few sessions left, 2 or 3, I think. I call it Coach Yourself to Success, but basically what it's doing is an awareness tool that helps you see what's going on in your brain so that you can rewire your brain yourself. So when you see how your thinking is affecting what you actually get, like the results that you're getting, whether that has to do with food addiction or anything else, when you can see that and you know how to change it, you can just do it yourself. And that's a course that we're doing that Terry is part of. And she was struggling a little bit in the beginning because she has a very racing mind that you want to get through really quickly. And I think that was pretty much it. You didn't give yourself enough time to just sit and um, get involved in it. And now she's rocking it. Like when we did the training yesterday, she really showed me that she can do this. So it's really amazing to see when the penny drops and when people are starting to understand how they can use this to change their lives. That's the fun part. So yeah, we're doing a lot of fun stuff, and um, I want my people to really, really get the results that they want. So I'm always aiming to over deliver. That's why we added an extra session, because I want it to be complete. I want everyone to get to where they want to be, and I'm gonna make sure that they do. Do you know when Rate for April will be published? It's for the Limbic community, I assume. The Limbic community from April is going to be $75 per month for all the classes. And if you were referred by someone, you can get a 10% discount for the first month. So if you come from me, then you have to contact me to get that discount code. I don't have it yet, but we're going to get those out in the next few days so that people can start handing them out. If you got it from someone else, then you go to them and you say, hey, you referred me to the Limbic training community. Do you have a discount code for me? And they will say, yep, here it is, but give it a few days and we shall dish those discount codes out to people to give out. What is egg coffee? Do you whip raw egg into your coffee? That is savage. This is egg coffee. I've almost drank it. It's not much left. Yeah, so I make coffee. I brew it. And then usually I put 4 or 5 eggs. Today I have 3 because I had to ration myself. I put 4 or 5 eggs into a container. And then I put salt because I love salt. Not everyone does, so you don't have to put salt in if you don't want it. And I put about 40 to 50 grams of butter. And I put some sweetener because I can't drink coffee without sweetener. So I have erythritol and stevia. I mix it. Hand mixer. Bzzz, pouring coffee while I'm mixing. Then pour in the coffee before you start the mixer because then you will get scrambled eggs with fluid coffee. You want to mix it, pour it in so you get like a custard almost, and it tastes like coffee custard. It's lovely. That's it. Righty. Oh, get Rick Rodriguez is charging him up by the 40-year carnivore. All right, I didn't know he was fixing engines. That would be good. I feel you being swamped in work. Yeah, you're always swamped in work. It took me 4 hours today to make a 4-minute YouTube video. This is fun. Yeah, it's crazy. The things that we do take so much time. And you might think like, I'm here for an hour, I'm doing a live stream, but that's all it is. Yeah, it takes me a few minutes to, get the description up and schedule it and, that sort of things. And let's say it takes me 5 minutes, which is fine. But doing like a weekly podcast, it doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes or 30 minutes. It's going to take me hours to do that. I had someone edit them for a while, but now he has quit. So I decided I'm just going to do it myself again. So now I'm editing, I'm doing all the things, and scheduling, and then I send an email about it, and I schedule it on social media so that you guys know about it. All of this together with the editing, which is actually the part that takes the most time, and planning for what I'm going to say. Like, I'm not doing like the live streams. I don't just come on and start waffling about something. I want to have a red thread. So I'm like always having a topic, and then I have different bullet points that I want to talk about. So I make sure that I cover all of those. It takes hours and hours just for like a 15-minute video, which is insane. So, and I think like the difference between a 4-minute video and a 30-minute video in terms of how much work you put into it is not going to be a lot of difference. Not when you count it all. It's going to be hours for both of them, probably. Okay, I'm going to have to listen to it because I haven't actually listened to a single interview with that guy. I know him, I know his face because he's on the thumbnails, but I have so many things to do that unless someone tells me that this is really, really good, then I'm not going to do it. Yeah, egg coffee is my favorite way to drink coffee now. I just use the yolk though in mine and maybe 2 duck eggs. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. I just like using the whole egg, but I mean, you have unlimited amount of eggs, so why not? I'm so jealous. I gotta try that. I make protein shakes that are egg as the liquid and some blueberries in there. Yeah, I do that sometimes. And we don't have any cream anymore because Bart stopped doing that. But if I have cream, then I would just do like blueberries, a little bit of water, eggs, cream, whiz it up, drink it. I think that's awesome. Okay, 1 minute, then I have another meeting that I need to be at. My hubby thinks that if a video is 20 minutes long, it only takes me 20 minutes to make it. Well, ask him to make a 20-minute video for you, and let's see how long it's going to take. Yeah, of course, people think that. It's like, yeah, of course you can make videos every day. No, it's a pain in the ass. Literally, it takes you so long to make a video per day. So people who are doing that, I tried to do that for a while. It completely burns me out, and it feels like I don't know what to talk about anymore. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. So when people are doing that, I'm really fucking impressed because I understand how many hours are going into that. It's awful. But if that's the only thing that you're doing, then that's fine. Thank you. Can you send me an email also on cost of your 6 and 12-week program? I would like to review both programs as there's no way, unfortunately, to do both, and we still need to work out one. Yeah, if you do the 12-week program, you will get the 6-week program for free. So it's included for all my clients. So you can do both, but for that. But yeah, I can send you some information. I'll do it later this afternoon because I have another meeting now, and then I have another one after that. So in a few hours. Right, guys, I need to go. My meeting is starting now. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again next week. Bye.